students. So we will start with the today's lecture. The outline for today's lecture is like this. Types of information system, MIS at different levels, and decision making with MIS, in which we will see tactical decisions. Types, today's focus on is on types of IS. So in previous lecture we had learned types of IT. So don't get confused between the IS and IT. We had seen the very basic difference between IS and IT. So IT is a subset of IS. So types of IT and types of IS, both are two different things. So that is a usual point of confusion among the students. So I cleared it. So anybody types of IT, anybody can tell me types of IT? Just a bit from previous lecture, or you can text. What are the types of IT component we had seen? Students, 3 components. Can you name? And then we will go ahead. So each and every lecture I will not revise obviously previous lectures, but you will need all the previous lectures or the concepts, the terminologies. That's why then only your lecture or attending the lecture, it will make any sense. Otherwise, just for the sake of lecture, if you are attending, don't do that. Pay attention. Yeah, one more thing. The Teams recorded videos I will upload on my YouTube channel, and the link of that those videos I will upload on our Teams. So that will be that I find it convenient. So you can see the lecture videos on from my YouTube channel also, and in streams also it is available. But I don't know for how much time or time period when it expires. So as far as possible, I will collect all lectures and upload on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I forget to start the video. So for those lectures, there will not be video lecture. Just let me check whether, yeah, today I have started. So some students, I think from your class, want that those lectures. So if they have made me, I think, if from this class or B, I not remembering, but yes, the content was like if I miss the lecture, so that I can see. So the both ways you can, if I miss the lecture, no, I can just watch the previous lecture and just be in sync with the class or the contents like that. So though both ways you can watch your missed lecture. Uh, through streams also, and plus my YouTube channel link also I will give. I have started taking the backup of my lectures from streams and started uploading on the YouTube channel. Just some time I will need, and then you just be in touch with your class team class material folder. In one Word file or Notepad file, I just go on attaching that, go on saving that links of my YouTube channel. That's it, I think. So it's convenient for me. That's why. instead of uploading the whole videos, recorded videos on the class team, because that team, it takes a lot of memory and time. I'm not that comfortable with it. So I am using YouTube just for dumping. Let it be. Yeah, any, nobody answered my question. Why?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
the
yes, yes,
functional
Aditi.
IT,
Mm-hmm.
functional IT, then
Yeah, good.
network IT and enterprise IT.
Okay,
Enterprise IT.
enterprise, right? Good, good. Okay. So yeah, let us go ahead. So the thing is that there should not be confusion between IT and IES. That is the very basic thing. So IES is IT plus the humans and the decision making and all that. Humans, your employees are personnel in the organization is involved. Good, good, Aditi. So let us go ahead. Uh, yeah. Yes. Info types of information system, that is types of IS. So very basic thing is transaction processing system, that is TPS. A TPS records all the transactions as they happen. Actually, you can call this TPS as the bottom layer. So on the top of this TPS, I will show you what are the types of information system at different levels. So at different levels of management in the hierarchy, how that information system behaves differently, and the names, it is called by some different names at different levels. So like this, you understand. So this is the basic. So on the top of like hardware level, you can say the bottommost level, transaction processing system. So TPS records all the transactions as they happen. So it's the very basic task of any transaction processing system, record everything, all the transactions in the organization. So yeah, this is from your textbook only, or any example you can frame. So what is in front of you, students, is a simple TPS. Let me zoom it. Yeah, I hope now it is more visible. So transaction processing system, it records or it deals with all the transactions. So what is transaction exactly? So a transaction performed on an ATM machine. Some ATM transactions are in front of you. The right column shows the data used in this transaction. So this data, it is used in transaction. Just look at this diagram, and this is a one of an example of transaction processing system, your ATM machine, which you use to withdraw the cash deposit or n number of services this ATM provides, your printing of passbook and all that. So how the interactions are there, or what are the transactions, and which data this TPS is using, so that is in front of you. So person, there is an interaction between person, obviously, who avails the service, and the ATM machine. So interaction between human and that machine. Obviously ATM machine, it is connected to that particular bank, is it? So what is the first thing? It asks for the pin. Person, or that person submits the pin, then confirm card. So validation of the pin, whether you are authenticated user, uh, and then submit the person, or the person user submits the withdrawal amount. So this pin number is for authentication, and how much amount. Suppose this is a withdrawal transaction. Some person user wants to withdraw some amount from his bank using ATM card. Nothing difficult. So submit withdrawal amount. So this is one transaction, and then what, that machine will provide the cash. Machine will provide the cash. You know it. So and it will be collected by that person, and otherwise these screens you will see, is it? So ask if another transaction is required, and it will just behave as per the response from that person or from the user, is it? So it is in between the person, that user, human, and the machine. So this is a ATM. It is your transaction, works on the top of transaction processing system, connected to the bank database. So all your PIN and all your identity is with your bank, in which you are having your savings account or your business account, any account like this. So this is one of the transaction or service withdrawal. So such a type of transactions you can show for any service, withdraw amount, deposit. If you want to see the balance, mini statement, and number of things, if you want to change PIN, so a number of screens are there. So this is nothing but a transaction processing system. A sample transaction, it is performed on an ATM, the right column. So it is a sample transaction. In number of transactions you can draw like this, students. So the right column shows the data used in this transaction. So just see data, username, account number, PIN number, withdrawal amount, credit limit, and account balance. So just see this data one by one. User, some data it is entered by the user, is it, like PIN and amount, and some data, some of the data like credit limit, account balance, obviously it is from the database of that particular bank to which you are connected with that ATM, is it, like this? This is my aim to tell you. So data which is used in transaction is some by user, obviously, and some by the bank. So how otherwise the PIN it is validated. So this is the right column, or this right column shows the data used in transaction, some by human user of that TPS, and some by the automatically from the database of that bank, is it? So that is nothing but your TPS, transaction processing system, with on ATM example I am explaining, only one transaction. That's it, I think. Yeah. Uh, so something about TPS. A transaction processing system helps the user during a transaction by changing screens and the information on the screen. Just now we had a same ATM. You must have used also ATM by your parents' card or whatever. So a transaction, so changing the screen. So that is the user interface, GUI. It should be user friendly, is it? So a layman also can withdraw, should withdraw the money using ATM. So it should be user friendly. Then transaction data is recorded as the transaction proceeds. So everything it is recorded. If you withdraw money or do any transaction deposit, so that printer inside that machine, it gives you that receipt. So that is nothing but the record of the transactions. In each and everything, it is recorded. The data is transferred into the large databases that become a resource that the organization can use. So what about this data? Daily, suppose let us say ATM, daily lakhs of transactions they happen, is it, as per the use of that machine or that TPS. So what about this data? So this data now it is transferred, obviously it is with that bank as organization. Here look, bank in terms of organization, and it becomes a valuable resource for that organization. So it is preserved, is it not? After, before ATM means when the ATM was not there, so this was not the case. So even I also used to go to the bank and the token system and just wait in the queue, and just then on I go used to get the money in cash in my hand. So no online things and no such a ATM. So to get our money, the money which we earn, we will have to wait in the queue. So just I recalled those days. So now just see how it is easy. So on a single click, you can do any online transaction, any shopping or any purchase, anything you can do. So this is the what you can say. outcome of IT plus IS rather, is it? So bank here, focuses on bank as organization. So let us say in your SBI. So we had seen the first order, second order, third order effects also. So just map it to this. So when the that E or IT IS is not there, so how the SBI was. SBI is quite a working quite from quite a long ago, is it? So manually, so how one by one all they merge, all the branches and the whole industry, that banking industry, how it is restructured. That is the third order effect, is it? So then just map it to that. So this is the benefit of IS, you can say. Look, let us go ahead. The systems thus preserve a digital record of the functioning of the enterprise. That all are preserved, and with the help of that, so you can call it as a digital record. So it is the lowest level, lowest transaction processing system, lowest level. So no decision making as such. So only the transactions, database handling, printing the transactions, or printing the transactions rather. So this is the lowest level. Let us go ahead. I hope it is clear. So on the top of TPS, how managed or how IS it is categorized at three different levels. So yeah. So now the type you can so type you can like just traverse the pyramid upwards. From TPS you just go to MIS, management information system. So it is a generic term, you can just grasp like this, learn like this. MIS in contrast with TPS, now go to the MIS, management information system in generic sense. So MIS processes the information generated by this TPS and creates reports for the use by management. So obviously MIS in generic sense, it works on the top of TPS, and it will need the report information generated by TPS, transaction processing system. And so how it creates reports which are used for different managers at different levels, we will see now. And now from this generic MIS, we will see how at different levels it behaves differently, and how it is named also differently. Just a minute. So I hope you understood. Yeah, so let us go ahead. So in generic sense, again I will repeat, management information system processes the information generated by transaction processing system and creates reports for use by management. So here management means three levels. So at different levels, how it helps. In short, we will see. Uh, so MIS. So here MIS, I am calling it a generic sense. It is a type of IS apart from TPS and works on the top of TPS. So MIS at highest level, it is called as ESS, that is Executive Support System. Just names are different, and the behavior is also different. So MIS at higher level, it is called as ESS, Executive Support System. So students, can I assume you know this highest level, three levels we had seen, is it not? Highest level is the root level, that is strategic management, then middle level and the lower level, you know now. So this MIS at highest level, it is called as ESS. So what is the speciality? So how it behaves at the root level, or how it helps the personnel or the managers which are working at the root level, or the strategic managers is like this. It provides aggregated information, drilling down functions, graphs, charts, diagrams. So the root level personnel or the root level managers, strategic managers, they will not look into each and everything of the organization, is it not? So they are interested in the aggregated information from the lower levels. We have seen delegation of authority, collection of reports. So map it here. So here how this ESS helps those personnel at executive level. So that is the ESS. So the whole, rather this ESS, again it itself is in a big domain. So obviously the design and implementation is beyond the scope of your syllabus. So just the types or in abstract terms, you are learning these students. So one snapshot I will show you how the graphs and charts and the drilling down. What is that? And then we will go to the next level. So are you? I think you are with me. We are going level by level and just we are categorizing the MIS in generic sense. So one diagram is in front of you. So this is about a screenshot of ESS simulated. Screenshot of ESS. So see from your textbook. Uh, just a minute. Yeah. Uh, So executive dashboard here is a pie chart and here is a histogram. So staff deployed in various regions. Uh, it is showing a percentage of staff deployed. So that organization can be a dispersed organization. So it will help that the personnel at each or at that executive level. So such a type of uh, uh, interface your ESS gives. So this is what is it? Budgets for the zones in lakhs. Budgets for the different zones. So finance related things. Per zone budgets, north and south, all zones it is showing. So these are some of the snapshots. And this is project completion. This graph is histogram is related to project completion by different project managers. I think yeah, Sarah. Then some names you can see Jahan and Hisud. So these are on the x-axis the names of the project managers and like this. So project completion in aggregated the aggregated information. It is made available to the CEO. You can say like this by different project managers or branch managers. And some this is regarding the revenues generated collected by or generated per zone, north zone, south, like this. So this is aggregated information. uh, so ESS helps to generate, is it? So which will be useful for the decision making. That's it. ESS. So graphs, charts, diagrams, drill down. So drill down means just go on exploring. So instead of printed reports, just you can your managers, the executive managers, they can drill down and just go on exploring and as per their requirement, periodically also periodic reports, daily reports like this they can see. So this is in all about ESS. Then go to the MIS at middle level. MIS at middle level, it is called as decision support system. So DSS, it is called as decision support system. It relies on some models, scientific models. So actually the models they are built into that DSS, and the managers or the models obviously are black box to us. So mathematical models actually they are you built into that system, and the results which we get are actually from those models. So the results are used by the that particular manager, middle level manager in decision making. So again, the DSS whole it is a whole course decision support system. So n number of mathematical models are there. So decision tree you must have heard. So that is not in your syllabus in that depth. So only the types you should know. And last is MIS at lower level in generic sense. In particular, also it is called as MIS only. So like this, I have completed this concept. Types of information system. So like this, you should organize. I hope it is clear. Any doubts, please ask. We will go ahead. Um, yeah. So main functions of MIS to help management. So how it helps? What are the main two functions of MIS? Sensing and decision making. So general, now I am speaking about general, in general, MIS term, management information system. So sensing, what are the two roles or major functions, you can say, functions to help management? Sensing and decision making. Uh, Again, these terminologies are important. Yeah, everything is going smooth, good. So real sensing and decision making. So what is sensing actually? Sensing of information or data. So real time and batch mode. So presenting aggregated data as soon as it is created. So real time sensing. So for example, stock information, real time or minute to minute or daily, any the moment it is generated, you can sense it or get it. That is nothing but real time sensing. And batch mode is presenting aggregated data after a certain period. So batch in period. So sales data, for example, on daily basis, it is a sensing or batch mode sensing. So if the branch, your sales manager requires daily on daily basis the sales data for analysis. So that is the function given by your MIS. That is batch mode sensing. So sales data on daily basis or weekly basis, monthly basis, periodic, period within the period. So it is a batch. So this is one function, important function of MIS. And next is, what is it? Decision making. So reports are used for decision making. So with this data, with this sensing, some decision making is done by different managers, is it not? So reports are used for decision making. So I will give you some example. Suppose a decision is like this. So decision is like how much money to borrow from a bank for a week, which has to be used as working capital. So this decision is there in front of manager. So for a week to run the business, how much money I should borrow. So that decision is there. So and he wants the not to take it manually or just not to go through the documents and paperwork. So he relies on the MIS for that. So how MIS will help that particular manager in this decision making? So MIS reports exact amount of cash available at any time and current. I saw MIS. What I said MIS. Your IS. So runtime data, runtime. So real time information it should have at any given instance. So to fulfill this decision or to help in this decision to that manager, MIS should actually should have exact amount of cash available at any time. So that report should be generated by MIS to help this manager in this decision. So at any given time, how much cash available obviously is the main thing, and plus what this cash, for which purpose this cash is required, for working capital, is it to run the business? So plus current production and sales activity levels for which the working capital is required. So this information, it must be available in that particular IS or MIS. And so accordingly, as per the situation, that IS or MIS should generate the reports and help in decision making. That's why all these exercise we are going for IS and all that, is it? So automation of the decisions. So to help, is it? So it's the job of this system MIS to provide the reports on his dashboard of the manager, and now as a human he can just take the decisions. That's all. Again, sensing and decision making. These are the two core functions of MIS. to help the management. Some examples also I have written here. You can frame your own examples also. So that is the next head, next point in the outline. um, Functions. Next. Next. Decision making with MIS. At three levels, we have seen three levels. So now we will start with the lowest level in this lecture, and next two levels we will cover in the next lecture. So now up till now you had learned, yeah, there is something like organizational management. There is a hierarchical structure in the management. So work culture is there, cooperative culture is there, competitive culture is there. Plus now you learned IS. So how just now we learned how IS behaves at different levels. Always map the level organization levels and your IS at different levels. So now with some examples, I will explain you. What is the decision making with MIS at different levels? So start with the lowest level. They are called as tactical decisions. So very interesting and important part from syllabus. So how you actually classify these decisions? Tactical decision. Uh, so first let me tell you the names of the decisions. So though I am covering the rest too in the next lecture. So imagine our pyramid. Lowest level decisions are called as tactical decisions. Middle level decisions, or the managers which take the decisions taken by the managers at the middle level, they are called as operational decisions. And when you go to the root level, they are called as strategic decisions. So that I forgot to write here. Again, I will repeat, and then we will start with tactical. So imagine our pyramid, three levels. Start with the lowest. The lowest level decisions, they are called as tactical decisions. The middle level decisions, they are called as operational decisions, and the highest level, they are called as strategic decision. How they are classified? So what are tactical decisions? So lowest level, short-term scope. So at the lowest level they are taken, and very short-term decisions like in day-to-day functioning of that particular personnel. We had seen the image builders, the workers, they are at the lowest level, is it? So again, limited decision making power in their hands. So lowest level taken at lowest level, and scope is important. So on the basis of this scope, they are classified. So short term, very short term scope they are having. And next is clear objective. So there is no any ambiguity. They know, the persons know what to do. So like mechanical things. So they know. So this much task it is given to me, I will have to perform that task. That's it. And because why? Because the decision making is also not to that level, at this level, is it? So they are with their task itself. So they are not having the authority to take the decisions in some what you can say aspects. So like this. So very limited decision making capacity. Again the same thing, and minute low level decisions only related to their work they can take in accordance with, or with the next level managers, and again next level again. So some examples are there, I have listed for you. uh, so salespersons, shop floor assembly line workers, nurse attending patients in a hospital ward. So these personnel, they take the decisions taken by these persons. They are called as tactical decisions. So for example, salesperson, let us say, what is the job of salesperson? Just to supply, so do that sale throughout the day. So just he knows the he takes the goods and just supplies. Is it not? So routes, which or the destinations and the routes, all that he should data he will need, and at the max that salesperson can decide which route to follow. So a minute lower level decisions he can make to fulfill his task or to complete his tasks, and clear objective. So he is with his task only. Similarly, shop floor assembly line worker. So to just they are in their the production means on the floor. So they are with their job, and at the end of the day they are some count they will have to fulfill and just produce that those particular jobs like this. Similarly, a nurse attending patients in a hospital in a ward. So what are the tasks to of that nurse is some reports she can prepare, like number, the dose of medicine, the food, and the time, and some BP of the patient, like this, to help the doctors. So doctors are in the next level, is it not, in the hierarchy? So like this. So the nurse attending patients in a hospital ward. So the decisions taken by that nurse, they are called as tactical decisions. And the decisions also you should be able to mention. So a bit from exam point of view. So you can frame a question on these three levels, decision making at three levels like this. First, either a theory, go by theoretical question. What are three levels of management, and explain the decision making at each level. So the theory you will have to provide like this. So on the top of, on the basis of which these are classified. So scope, short term, medium scope, term, and large long term scope. And these are the points which will help you to answer this. Or vice versa, some decisions will be given to you. So salesperson taking the decision, shop floor assembly line worker, nurse. So in number of situations will be given to you, mixed. I am just talking about all the levels, decisions at all the levels. Mix some 10 to 15 decisions or scenarios will be given to you, and the question will be like, you categorize it into tactical, operational, and strategic decisions. So both way you should know. So that's why first you try to learn or try to understand these terms. So points on the top point, on the points on the basis of which the decisions are classified. So today we are with tactical decisions. Again, I don't know why that quiz is not there. So I will stop here, and you will have to solve the quiz. I hope this decision making and is also clear. How to take the contents, I am telling you. Just I go on speaking, but it doesn't mean that you should take it also in that fashion only, an organized fashion. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to recollect and just what grasp the things. So like this, both way you should be prepared. So from time to time questions, just not for just from exam point of view, but just from the understanding point of view also I am giving. So either theory you will explain, otherwise so some decisions, mixed decisions are the scenarios are given, then you should be in a position to classify those decisions. Yeah, this is the tactical, this is the operational, this is the strategic. So these are the examples I have given. Any other examples also you can frame. So it doesn't mean that the examples will be from textbook only. So there you will have to apply your vision, give it a thought, and then write the answer. Is it? So just give me some minute, and I will again assign that quiz. I don't know. I have scheduled, so something I'm not getting. Something is from my, some mistake is from my side. So again, no problem. I will assign, and you are solving. You will solve that quiz. Meantime, you can ask the questions also, please. So that is the end of today's lecture as per outline. Again, I will show you, and then you will solve the quiz. So today, as per the outline, you learned types of information system. So here on the top of TPS, transaction processing system, you learned how it behaves at strategic level. It is called as executive information system. ESS, at the middle level DSS, decision support system, and at the last it is called as MIS. So MIS at different level and decision making with MIS at three different levels, what it is called, how it is classified, and a bit we had started with tactical decisions. Okay, so that is the end, students. So now let me assign. I don't know why all this is happening. I will experiment today also. Yeah, 71 students are there. I am downloading the attendance. Otherwise, it will vanish because I start the meeting a bit early. Once it had happened with my BE class, I am downloading. We have to check that also. 71 students are there. Uh, mm, last again, I will download. Today. So this is the 32. Yeah, today is 25th, is it? 25th of July. I have downloaded. Now I will assign the quiz. Attendance. Attendance. Quiz lab. काय नाव आहे तुला? लावली का? देते. Students, please check whether you can see the quiz. I have assigned it now. Please check it and answer. Mm, view assignment. Yes, students, are you getting the quiz? Please answer. I cannot see in the posts. Yeah.
Ma'am, it's visible to me.
Okay. It's visible. Solve it. Solve. I don't know what happened. Good. इथे कशी काय दिसत नाही.
Ma'am, I can see in fact two quizzes.
Two quizzes.
Yes.
Uh,
For
Same
lecture
quizzes.
6 quiz.
सेम डेटा आहे का त्यात?
No, ma'am,
डेटा
date is different.
एक 10:30 ला पोस्ट झाली आहे and second is
सेम
10:45.
10:45. हाँ.
Okay, okay. I scheduled yesterday. So again, but I didn't get their message and my teams also I can't say. I cannot see. So that's why I assigned again. Solve it, students. You can. Aditi?
Yes,
Yeah, you
ma'am.
solve. Go ahead. Go. I don't know what happened. So the pre-scheduled quiz also plus now again it is double. That's why there is a confusion. Solve it. Data is same. Take your time and solve. Okay, students. So performed well. Just see which answers you got wrong and why, what, where you were wrong. So now, yeah, next week I will conclude the first unit. 4 lectures more at the max I will need. Okay, so like this, again we will start with the second and then third. Uh, any thing you want to ask? You ask, and then we will leave. Before leaving, let me stop the recording.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in question number 5.
What happened?
Ma'am, it is asking that
Uh,
the when means the data is created immediately after we have taken it, so it should be real time processing now because we are
yeah.
generating data immediately.
So some
Other answer is given.
it is
Means
configured
this
like
answer is
this.
given.
Okay, okay. So it will be taken care. No problem. Any other thing? So I'm just taking this quiz, conducting to test your understanding. Don't worry. I will not reflect your the marks anywhere. Yes, roll number 1, Arun. Is it okay? It's Arun or Arun? Yeah, please.
It is actually Aaron.
Arun. Okay. Yeah. What?
Um,
You want?
the that is in question number 6. Similar,
Again.
after collecting data for some period of time and then delivering is will be future, right?
Uh, what is the option?
Yeah,
Batch process.
yeah. The correct option is supposed to be C.
Hmm.
That is
Yeah.
future.
Future. And what is the next option? Quiz is not in front of me. That's why I'm asking. Please tell me the question and options, Arun.
1 sec.
Ah.
Yeah, I cannot access my answers.
Sorry.
This is not
Okay.
it.
Mm, just a minute. So, about 6.
Yes, the 6th one.
60 page and 6th question.
Yes.
So, it's presenting aggregated data. There is a question. Presenting aggregated data after
Yeah,
a
after a
certain
certain
period.
period is called future sensing.
It's a batch, no? Real time and batch are the two things I taught you. So there is no concept like this. Just to confuse you, I have put
Okay.
presenting aggregated data after a certain period. So there are only two concepts: as soon as it is created and after certain period. So these two concepts, real and batch. Only these two are the terminologies. Just to confuse you, it is the future sensing. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Batch is the answer. Okay, good. Any other student? So roll number 1, you interact in any session. Good. All students should interact. So just don't hesitate and don't feel shy to ask anything. SDL also you are speaking good. Yeah. Anything? So yes, I will close it now. Time is the over now. So let me close the record, and we will leave. Students, I think there are no questions. If questions, please ask. You are welcome. So like some mistake by me, the options here and there, it can happen. No problem. So this is not your exam. Quiz is not your exam, and it's just to test your understanding. So that also you please tell me. No problem, students. Okay, I am stopping the recording and leaving the meeting.